What's going on, guys? This is Leader635 on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and right before I even start with the video on today's things, I want to make a few updates, mainly with these two things. Of course, these things are not related to the channel, they will be shown on my channel, but I would like to know your opinion if I really should do or not a video updating these things, because these are things that I have already covered in the channel before. However, ever since I got them and ever since I reviewed them, some changes have happened. Um, and what basically happened was, I did the same on the Homer, but the Homer is a different deal because it's a small base, big base, small base. But these, however, they are somewhat almost the same. Um, as you guys know, I reviewed Kevin's Tickle Me Elmo, but ever since then, I think it was a few months ago, I ended up getting myself another one thinking it could have been Spanish, but it turned out to be English. And the only difference it has is that it's a first generation, so it has the display slot. Yeah, it has the slot with the tins inside, so you can make it laugh, but without moving. The try me function. Should I make a video on it? I don't know, just let me know. And these other as well. These I only covered this one, the crying monkey with pipe, but ever since then, just yesterday, I went to the store where they had this one in first place, and I ended up buying two other defective ones. This one does not work in general, and another thing, I left it like this. I left it open. I didn't touch anything mechanic because I thought, hey, it would be cool to make a video on GMA fixing this thing up, but in all honesty, I don't know. I really want recommendations on what each thing I should do. Number one, should I show Elmo? Number two, should I show these two once I get them fixed? Because this is like the inverse collar version of that one. And at the same time, this one has another vest. It's different. They all have the same sound and everything, but these two are different in that one. So yeah, should I make a video on these? And one thing that's actually related, the laugh of this one is the laugh that that these have. But that we'll talk about a little later. So here are my only two rolling and laughing animals. Yeah, I know this one goes by the name Rollover Pets or Rollover Bodies, and it's made by Westminister, or at least distributed, because it's not made by them, but I know that Westminister is the one that distributes them, and Westminister is from Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, as it says here, Atlanta, GA. I'm sorry that. There we go. Oh shit! Fucking flash. Atlanta, GA. So this one's from Georgia, and well, they have their base in Georgia apparently, and of course we have this, which is the knockoff one. Now, long story short, I used to have a monkey like this one back when I was really young, and I was so stupid in the day that I ended up just trying to make it a Teddy Ruxpin. The eyes, I ended up putting like tape on the eyes. I ended up taking the gearbox entirely apart, and I cut a bit of the tail, and I glued the mouth mechanism over there, and I put an RC circuit board. I don't know if that counts as the very first RC mod that would be known about, but that was around 2009, 2010, I've had it until 2011. I remember that the last thing I did to it was I glued eyes off a Funny Car King. That one knockoff Lightning McQueen. I used to have one that had like the missiles on top, and basically I did that. But it had the exact same laugh and everything, only that in this one it is a little lower, pitch than my other one. And it's starting to have an issue you guys are going to probably see, which is that the motor sometimes does not move when it pulses, when the mouth opens and shit. Now, I'll say something about these. I love the ones that have the moving mouth. The ones that don't have a moving mouth, I really am not a huge fan of them. I know they may move faster due to the fact they don't have two motors, but I really don't like it because the animation is not complete. This one has a bit more of laugh than this one, and it's motion activated. It's got the motion sensor right there at the top of the forehead. That's why this one's turned off. And this one's turned on. It's clap control. Now, one thing I don't know about this one is if the head is actually supposed to be loose. because the head is actually like, you know, it's not linked to the body, and I can't remember if that's how my monkey was. I haven't even got around, you know, taking it apart or anything to fix up the motor issue, just because I want to leave it like that for now. Same with the TMX Elmo. I already have one that works. So this one's not, you know, it looks like clean, but it's not clean at all. I never cleaned it up. I never took it apart or anything. The only thing I did to it was fix the issue that they said, you know, I bought it for dirt cheap because it didn't move. Usually these things are dead-ass expensive. And the 4AA compartment, which if I'm not wrong should be in this foot, yeah, it just had, you know, corrosion, and it did not work for that. Now, one thing I'll say is that we went picking this one up, and the Dumb's dinosaur, as I call it, that one blue dinosaur, in the same day. That's basically just a reference on when I actually got this one. You know, when I received this one, pretty much. We had to go to pick them up at the post office, but anyway. I really can't remember. Of course, it has those Elmo-like eyes. I used to be a huge Elmo fan at the time, so it's like, Elmo. Anyways, basically, this is much more. It has a better laugh, in my humble opinion. The sound, I like it better on this one. I mean, I know that it's like and all that shit, but it's like, I don't like it that much as this one. This one is a lot better because I used to have the monkey one, and you know, it's like it gets kind of like pasted on your mind, and you know, it's a memory more than just what it is. This one is, if you guys can see, this one's actually laying flat on the floor. It's not like rounded. It's because the battery cover is missing. It's been missing ever since a while ago. And I got this like a few months ago, like 1 or 2 months ago to be exact. I got it used at a used toy store. Well, not a used toy store. It would be bad to call it like that. It's the shop where I got the Yinfa. Well, no, that's right. The Yinfa, I didn't show it yet. A bell ringing scent. I'll show it when, you know, because as I said, Christmas frenzy is starting, and I gotta start. You know, I gotta catch up with the reviews and shit so I can start doing the Christmas ones. I'm pretty sure I'll not get to do all the reviews, but I want to get to do the most reviews possible before I start digging out the Christmas things. Anyways, as I said before, this one was one that I purchased at the same store. I'm trying to remember an animatronic that I got there, but I don't think I have one. Nope, I don't think I have. Anyways, it's a store. I got 2 bell ringing Santas from there. I got a monkey, a chimp, no, not a wowie, a furry friend's chimp that it's still in pieces. But you get the point. Anyways, they both use 3 AA batteries. They both have a belt-driven mechanism for the tail and a gear-driven mechanism for the mouth, and surprisingly, they don't have it split yet. They don't have the gear split yet. This one I got it for cheap, and this one was one that came, if I am not, no, I'm not wrong. This one came in a set of 3 animatronics that I bought for 50 pesos each, which is really cheap for animatronics that are in perfect condition. And you guys may remember the other 2 by now. One of them I haven't shown yet. It's a brown ear flapping dog that is more of a Christmas toy to me. And the other one is the Joy to the World frog that I did show earlier, or well, before in the channel, you know. I got those 3 in the same bundle. And in fact, I remember that because they were all from the same seller. They all 3 were 50 pesos each, and they all had 2 motors. It was just, and yeah, 2 motors pretty much. Anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and show it. First, I'll show this one, so you guys can see it. Of course, the mouth, pretty cool as usual. It has a tongue that doesn't really have a specific color. It's a little darker, just by a little. But here we go. I know this is weird to say on the channel, but I'm pretty sure that the final sound it makes sounds a little inappropriate for any dark, you know, any dirty-minded people like me and some other, you know, people from the channel. And of course, as you guys can see, it's a little weak from the motor or from the gearbox itself. No, no, don't turn it on. Don't turn it on. Good boy. Don't turn it on. Well, you know what they say, laugh is contagious, but in this fucking shit. Damn it. Damn it. God damn it. There we go. I don't really think I finished saying what I was going to say about it, but the only issue that this one had was corrosion, and that was practically it. It was a really easy fix. That was practically everything this specific one had, and it was the only out of the 3 animatronics that I bought that day in the, you know, well, from that guy pretty much that day, that had an actual issue. But it did work regardless. Anyways, now we have the cat. The cat, as I said, my favorite one. I love the laugh, and I guess you guys are about to witness it. So say, I love this cat. I just fucking love it. And I can give somebody $1,000 betting that this is TS Toys. This is definitely TS Toys, because it's you know when sometimes they do. What the fuck? Because sometimes they do keep a continuity within their characters. Not really always, but it's usually... You know, it's what Gemmy does with the Santa Clauses, where you have the booty-shaking Santa, the holiday hip-hopper Santa, and you see them, and they seem like the same character, you know, just doing different things. This is pretty much the case of this one. The eyes have been used for the crazy dog and the crazy cat, which I will show the crazy dog. It's the only one that I have. I still gotta show it. That's another thing. It's pretty much like these guys, but it has a bone instead of a cigar, and it's in the hand. That I'll show it later on. But the cat version of that one has this exact same color bunch. You know, it's black, has this, you know, it's like the exact same character doing a completely different thing. You got the one crying for a stupid mouse, and then you have this one. It's like, ah ha 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 ha, my ass. Anyways. I guess that's practically it, so I'll go ahead and turn on both at the same time, you know, because, as I said, laugh, it's contagious, you know, you can, how's it called? You know what, forget about it, I don't even want to say it. There we go. Oh my god! Oh god damn it! No, not me. No, now I'm the one laughing. God damn it! What the fuck did just? What the fuck has just happened? Like, why? Just fucking why? Now these motherfuckers are not the only ones laughing. There we go. Well, guys, there you have it. That's been the review over these rollover animals, these rolling laughing things that were a complete trend back in 2009, and I think a little bit before that, but I can't remember quite well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.